back to my channel. Today I have a mid-June message for all of the Libras out in the collective. Please note this is going to be a general reading, so it is not going to resonate with every single Libra out in the collective. I ask that you take with you what resonates and leave the rest behind. If you are new to my channel, welcome to Eileen into Spirit. My name is Eileen Rouse. I am a psychic intuitive, a spiritual coach, and a sound healing practitioner. So without further ado, Libra, let's go ahead and dive right into your mid-June message. So Libra, we are starting out with To the Sea, Goddess Cordelia with Go Outside, and the Altar Priestess. So I can tell you that for mid-June Libra here, you're really needing to get outdoors a little bit more. This could be because you need some fresh air. Maybe you need to clear your thoughts, clear any stress or anxiety that you might actually be carrying on to. I feel that there's maybe a lot of emotions that you've currently been holding on to that sort of need to be released, let go, that sort of thing. And so part of what you are going to be experiencing this mid-June as you move into July is that you're needing to actually prepare yourself for a little bit of self-care and for sacredness. I feel that you're sort of moving in a very different direction. It could be a direction that you're just not familiar with. There could be a lot of things going on in your life here, Libra, that just there's not a lot of clarity. It's almost as if you might feel confused, you might feel lost, you might feel like you're going in the wrong direction. And I feel that this is the reason why they're really wanting you to just focus on seeing what is around you and allowing the outdoors to sort of clear your mind, clear your thoughts, clear whatever it is that you have been focusing on that really hasn't been helping you in any sort of way. I do want to point out that the To the Sea here is a number 7. So 7 is about following a sacred path. And I do feel that this new direction is exactly where you need to be going, but it does feel like you're moving in a direction that is either too slow or it's very unfamiliar territory. So I feel that because you're moving into unfamiliar territory, I feel this is the reason why they're wanting you to just prepare. The Altar Priestess is really about creating sacredness within yourself and your surroundings. And it's about creating a sacred ritual. I often identify that as spiritual practices. And I will tell you that I have had that word, those two words, sacred, spiritual practices, has been coming up a lot lately. And I do feel it's because people are now needing to really prepare themselves for what is to come. There's going to be a lot of changes happening around the planet, around people's lives, and around the collective. And so it's going to be very important that you really create, a sense of safety around you, whether that's prayer, whether that's meditation, whatever it is, it's really about a sense of creating a ritual and sacredness. So let's go ahead and dive right into the tarot here, Libra, to just add a little bit more insight to this. So once again, I do feel that this is really about you sort of feeling like things just really haven't been going your way here. With the 4 of Cups and the 5 of Pentacles, it just feels like there's a lot of dissatisfaction. You're not really satisfied with the things that are being presented to you or how things are going in your life. And it's making you feel like you're missing out. It's making you feel like, there isn't enough to go around. And you're sort of playing that story in your head over and over and over again. And that story is what you're needing to let go. When we have the To the Sea, it's wanting us to take a different course. It's wanting us to move in a different direction. And I have to just ask you here, Libra, what story do you continue to tell about the current situation that's going on in your life? And how is that helping you change the outcome? How is that helping you, be motivated, inspired, or looking on the positive side? Because if that story is not helping you in any way, then that's what you're needing to let go. You're needing to sort of let go of that so that you can actually listen to your heart, right? Listen to your heart's calling. The Hangman with the King of Cups is really about being patient, understanding that things have their own way of working themselves out. There is a saying that I say very quite often here, Libra, and that saying is, it is what it is, which means that we have to learn to have acceptance. We have to learn to have patience with how things are in our lives and how things transpire. Because maybe in that, silence, in that moment that we surrender to what is, we can truly then align ourselves with our greatest heart's desire and see how maybe those things actually are helping us in some way to understand ourselves a little bit deeper. The King of Hearts is really about listening to our heart and abiding by our heart's desire. It's not worrying about what else is going on around you. And sometimes with the Hangman, it's really about understanding that when we allow ourselves to be a little patient and when we can see things from a different perspective, we grow a lot more fonder of those experiences and those situations. We see the deeper meaning behind those situations and those experiences. And I feel that's what you're ultimately needing to know here. It's what they're wanting you to understand. And I feel that the reason for that here, Libra, is because I feel that what is coming is that you're going to be working on something from a much larger perspective, whether this is with a community or with other like-minded individuals. But this is going to be like a massive opportunity here for you to really expand on who you are and what you have to offer this world. And I feel that when you can let go of the dissatisfaction that you feel or the disappointment that you feel because things aren't moving fast enough or whether they're not moving in the direction that you want them to go. I think if you can surrender to the outcome and allow things to be what they are, I think you will recognize that things will slowly start to come together in ways that you could not even imagine here, right? Because the Three of Pentacles is really about working towards a common goal, and it's working with other individuals who have the same dream or the same desire. It's really about building a community and working hard together as one. And the Ace of Pentacles is basically a new beginning. I do feel that the reason they're wanting you, your main message this month is going outside, is because you're needing that fresh air. That fresh air is really needing to break up the thought patterns that you have going on in your mind right now, Libra, that are sort of keeping you stuck in not seeing what the potentials are, right? I feel a lot of times when we come across obstacles, all we see is the obstacle. All we see is the mountain. We don't realize that there is something beyond that. And I feel that's what Spirit really wants you to know here, Libra. So let's dive a little bit deeper here. Again, you have the Four of Cups underneath the Four of Cups, which is really telling me that you're really focused in on all of the disappointments, on how everything up to this point has gone wrong and how it hasn't, transpired the way that you wanted it to transpire. And that in and of itself is you're creating more of that, right? You're anticipating more of that. And this is what you're needing to sort of break free from. You're needing to recognize that by anticipating more disappointment and anticipating non-change, you're ultimately putting yourself in a cycle of enduring more of that disappointment. So it's like you're not really helping yourself, you're really hindering yourself here. The Knight of Voices is the Knight of Swords, and the Knight of Swords is about truth, and it's about recognizing the truth. And I feel this is what you're needing to understand. You're needing to understand that by choosing to stay where you are, it's only providing you with more of the same stuff, okay? I think that you have this desire to move beyond where you are. But I feel that because you're so used to being where you are and it's so familiar to you, it's really difficult for you to see beyond that or to move forward with that. The Knight of Wands here with the Justice card is really about understanding that everything will balance itself out. It's not really about being right or wrong. It's really about trusting your instincts, knowing that the ideas that you come up with or the things that, you know, that you get so excited about and that you are so passionate about have purpose. They have meaning, right? And that is ultimately what you need to understand. Justice is about fairness, and it's about understanding all of the universal laws. I think many people often forget that here, Libra, that justice primarily speaks about the law of cause and effect. And it's important for you to understand that with the law of cause and effect is that we are just as much to blame for the circumstances that transpire in our lives because we have choices, and it's ultimately the choices that we make, how we choose to respond or react to any situation or any circumstance that happens in our life determines how things are going to go, right? And I feel that's where we often need to understand that. I do feel that you're needing to really see this, whatever cycle you're currently in, it isn't at an end. So I feel like the disappointment that you are feeling here is at an end, and you're needing to let it go. You're just needing to wash your hands of it and allow it to be at peace with where it is. Because I do feel that you have a new opportunity here, and I feel that you're going to be presented with something that is ultimately going to send you in a new direction that is going to make you ultimately happy. It's going to fulfill you in a way that you could have not even imagined. And I want to point out here that I feel a lot of times us as humans, we get so caught up in our own ideas and our own inspirations, and we have preconceived ideas of how things should be, right? Like, so we try to plan everything out and we want it to go according to plan. But what we forget to put into account is that divine order and divine intervention, those universal laws often outweigh our plans. And so this is why the phrase, "it is what it is so important. It's about surrendering here. It's about listening with our truest heart and our truest intention on the ideas and the inspirations that are meant to be at that particular time. So Libra, this is your message. I want to thank you so much for joining me today, and I look forward to seeing you next time with your new message. Bye, guys.